I also want to get to some great news that Parler, which was the second Twitter, it's actually pronounced parlay, but we're Americans, so we say Parler, is back on iPhones. The social media app has returned to the Apple's app, and also in the news today, which is being reported and which has been me having to keep a secret for so long. The new CEO of Parler is my husband, George Farmer.
I can get on Parler now.
Yeah, get on Parler, get on Parler. Can't say that enough. You know, after the January 6th thing happened, and you guys will recall, Apple just took them out. And if there's any proof that Apple has become a monopoly and that they're all colluding together, it's taking out a brand new tech company. And saying January 6th is somehow your fault, but also Donald Trump's fault, even though Trump was never on Parler.
I have a question. Is George aware that Parler with an O is a pornographic site, which I found in the hotel lobby this morning?
Did you have to tell everybody that? Did you try to get to Parler? Is that your excuse?
I spelled it wrong.
Is that your excuse?
Where's the O go?
Hopefully where it should, if you know what I mean.
I stepped in that.
Moving on.
But, you know, we got involved after the January 6th thing happened. You know, obviously, I'm always trying to do everything. I'm suing Facebook. When I saw a video to Parler, we instantly called people that were behind and said, how can we help? We want to help as much as we can. My husband has experience running companies. He, you know, stepped in and was sort of informally helping them, and it kind of went on to a bigger role. And now he is the CEO of the company. And I can't say enough how important it is, like these battles that we're talking about with big tech collusion, these monopolies that are going on, even Alex Jones, love him or hate him, the idea that on the same day Apple, Facebook, Twitter, and Google all banned him should let you know that they are literally controlling a monopoly right now in this country.
And they're trying to control our voices. You know, there's no reason that you ban Alex Jones and all of them and ban Parler, but you don't ban these other people who are lunatics. They're caught lying on a day-to-day basis. They're threatening people like Chrissy Teigen, and they don't do nothing to them. There's no consequences. And I hate to see it because, you know, whether you like Alex Jones or not, there's a lot of things that he said about COVID that has come to fruition. And I remember riding my bike in the room, getting my extra, listening to Alex Jones all day, going crazy. And he was right. You know, so, but I don't like the fact that they use their platforms and they're supposed to be impartial. If they came out and said we're complete leftists and we support the left, then that's different. They're supposed to be impartial, and they come out and counsel us. And going back to the first segment, that's why I like what happened to Chrissy Teigen, is that they need to get a dose of their own medicine when it comes to cancellation for justifiable wrongs.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Round of applause to that. And what I will say is that, you know, the reason that we were given that Parler had to be taken away was because it was inciting violence for January 6th, you know, which will forever be to me the grandma selfie party that took place in Congress. You know, for January 6th, you were told also Alex Jones had to go because he was inciting violence. You were told that Donald Trump had to be wiped from the internet because he was inciting violence, even though factually speaking, they cannot produce a tweet in which Donald Trump incited violence. And yet Chrissy Teigen gets a platform and accolades, and she has literally on their platforms been sliding into the DMs publicly and privately saying commit suicide. I mean, what's a more clear example of inciting violence and inciting self-harm?
What about BLM?
Right.
How does Black Lives Matter have a actual Instagram? They probably have accounts everywhere, and they have killed people.
Right.
Businesses have been burned down. They threaten people on a day-to-day basis, racial threats.
They're an anti-Semitic hate group that is a Delaware corporation, by the way. And by the way, the leading case on incitement, everyone queued on the internet is like, inciting an insurrection, inciting an insurrection. I actually read the case of Brandenburg versus Ohio where those words are used, and it explains what inciting an insurrection is, and it is nothing that we have seen. The defendant in that case was a neo-Nazi KKK member who's a horrible, unspeakable, crappy human being. And the Supreme Court said he advocated essentially for like horrible things for Jews. And I'm a Jew. I converted. I worked really hard to be a Jew. And I read this case.
I worked really hard.
I did. It's hard. They don't just let you in. I worked really hard. But I read that case with an open mind, knowing that, you know, these people would hate me and want to kill me and my family. And that wasn't even inciting an insurrection. Saying to basically kill Jews. So the people that say incite an insurrection because it's a buzzword and a buzz phrase need to go back and read cases like that and understand what it means. It's not anything that we have seen in the last year.
Weakest insurrection on planet Earth. I saw grandmas in there taking selfies. Podiums, and they didn't come with it. And then the same day that they supposedly had the worst insurrection in American history,
9/11. It's like 9/11.
They still finished the vote.
Right.
They didn't do nothing. They finished the vote and they went on about their business.
I like what they tried to do with the word fight, as if like we wouldn't notice that everyone says fight all the time in politics. because, Trump said fight, and they're like, he wanted people to go down and kill everybody. What? Like, I don't know. The whataboutisms people hate, that's literally the only thing that matters. He goes, you guys say, I almost cursed, fight all the time.
That was gross.
I couldn't agree more. And so, yes, you guys, you can, if you have an iPhone, you can now rejoin Parler. They were at their peak. Millions and millions are joining every day, and that's why they took them out, because they want to, really what we know is they don't want conservatives to be able to convene. They want to criminalize conservatives coming together. They tried to criminalize MAGA rallies. They tried to criminalize being on Parler, even though they say, we don't want you on Twitter. Then we go somewhere else, and suddenly it's like, well, you can't be on there either. Right. It's a very serious topic, because the censorship that we're seeing in America is not something that I think any of us could have possibly dreamed. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Candace. I have some exciting news to share. Right now, we're running a giveaway for one lucky winner and their guest to visit our Daily Wire studios in Nashville. The winner will receive a stipend to cover travel expenses, plus 2 free tickets to the Candace Show as my personal guests. To enter, use code VIP to get 20% off your new membership, and when you do, you'll automatically be enrolled to win the giveaway. For more details, visit dailywire.com/VIP. Be sure to enter today, and good luck.